This video will introduce and demonstrate a basic setup of the Sound Devices 633 recorder. The Sound Devices 633 kit includes the Sound Devices 633 recorder, headphone adapter, XLR to mini XLR adapters, D-tap to 6-pin LEMO cable, recording media, batteries, and a sound bag. For this video, we'll also be using a gun microphone as an input device. The left-hand side of the recorder includes 3 line and 3 XLR input ports. Note the numbers next to each port as they correspond to the knobs on the front panel of the recorder. Headphone and other outputs can be found on the right-hand side of the device. To attach batteries, locate the battery bays on the back of the device. Apply pressure to the battery so that they are pushed towards the recorder, then slide the batteries into position so that the gold pin connectors create a firm attachment. Recording media can be inserted into the right-hand side of the recorder behind the fold-away door. Headphones are connected here, and the 1/4-inch jack adapter can be used if required. XLR microphones can be connected to the XLR inputs on the left-hand side of the device. Be careful to line up the pins in the XLR connection with the port. To power on the device, use the switch located on the front control panel. Levels will be viewable on the display once the device is set up. On the front panel, there are an array of switches, knobs, and faders. The PFL switches allow for input channel selection. In this tutorial, we have a microphone connected to XLR input 1, so we'll be using input channel 1. Push the PFL switch to the left to select it. When you select the input, the display will change, and you'll be able to use the headphone encoder dial to select the channel's mode. Options include microphone input and line input, as well as phantom power alternatives, which are indicated by the letters PH. You can use the select encoder dial to set your high-pass filter. If you intend to route the sound to an output on the right-hand side of the device, you can do that by switching the mic/tone switch left and right. Headphone routing can be toggled using the RTN/FAV switch. Use the PFL switch again to leave the menu. The silver trim knobs are recessed switches and so need to be pressed inwards to pop them out. They can then be used to control the gain of the input signal and pressed inwards once this is set. The faders can be used to mix channels together. The pan knob is also a recessed switch and can be adjusted as required. Separate faders for line inputs 4, 5 and 6 can be found here. The meters button can be pressed to cycle between which channels and outputs are shown on the display. Arm channels are highlighted in red. Channels can be armed and disarmed by navigating to them using the select encoder dial, then holding the meters button and pressing in the select encoder dial. The menu button can be used to access the menus, and the headphone encoder dial helps to navigate them. Rotate the dial to scroll through the menu, and press the dial inwards to select an option. Particular areas of note within the menus are the ability to control phantom power voltage, set recording and output destinations, and erase memory cards and settings. Pressing the menu button again will take you back to the previous menu. The transport control switch can be pushed upwards to start a new recording. Pressing the switch inwards stops the recording or playback. Pushing the switch downwards starts playback of the most recent recording. The user can navigate between recordings by switching to the left and right. This concludes the content of this training video. For further help, you can book a one-to-one session by sending an email to mmctraining@winchester.ac.uk.